Hey everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing good, doing great. Today I'm finally making a video about my magical experience with Careers of Magic. If you haven't seen my previous video, I mentioned that joining them was one of the best decisions I've made last year. It was definitely one of my career highlights last 2022. So I will be sharing to you my entire application journey with them, from the assessments, interviews, the training, and client matching. So yeah, let's get to the topic of this video. By the way, guys, just a little disclaimer before I begin. All of the things that I will say here in this video are purely based on my experience and from the time that I applied. So if ever you have applied to Careers of Magic and your experience is different from mine, things might have changed along the way. So when I first started searching for job opportunities from them, I visited their Facebook page, which is really active, and also checked their website. And it was on their website where I signed up and received a link for the quick assessment, or the initial assessment. And it was to be completed within 24 hours. So I filled out some information, answered some basic questions like some things about my workplace setup. They also had me record a video of myself, like a self-introduction video, through an online video recording platform. And after completing the initial assessment, they sent me another link for the final assessment. And this is an assessment that would require you to turn on your camera when you take it, and will also be done through a website or a third-party website that would request you to allow screen recording. So if you're planning to cheat or something or whatsoever, I think it's not going to be possible, since everything will be recorded, including your face or the way you would behave during the exam. So actually, when I finished taking the exam, I just didn't expect to make it to the cut, because it was very tough for me. But surprisingly, after a few days, they emailed me that I was qualified for an interview. So during the interview, it was mostly behavioral questions for the first part. I think there were six behavioral questions that were also quite challenging. It's probably one of the toughest questions that I have heard so far in my experience with interviews. I've only spent around 4 years working in the corporate, so I've never really had that much interviews before. So yeah, and gladly, I was able to make it to the final interview. So they sent me an email that I was bound for training, and it was a 2-week training, by the way, guys. 2-week paid training. That was the best part about it. It was a graded training, so you're only gonna get paid when you pass the training. So luckily, as to my case, I got paid and also received my first potential client match in less than a week. For that client match, Magic took care of almost everything for me. I just had to confirm the email that they sent and also be there for the scheduled interview. And after the interview with the client, I waited for a week just to get a feedback. And unfortunately, the client and we were not a match. So I was back at the waiting game for around 2 weeks, hoping to receive another potential client match from them. And I got somehow impatient that I went back to the previous offer that I had. Because, guys, it wasn't just applying to Magic. I had my resume sent out to different job postings on job portals, and I had this offer back then. I went back to it, and the recruiter was really interested in getting me part of their team. She wanted me to join the company once I get all the requirements submitted or accomplished. So to cut the long story short, I had a regular job this time, or that time. It was like a typical 8 to 5 job, but still work from home setting. I didn't close my doors with Magic though, because I still wanted to get more clients, hopefully get more income coming. And it was just ironic because when I just had this job, all of the potential client matches just came in. Like there was a time that I received three potential client matchings in a day, but all of them unfortunately were in conflict with my current working schedule. So I was unresponsive with most of their potential client matchings because, of course, I had a job already, like a full time job. And it was just sad because they eventually sent me an email that they will be moving me to a different LOB or line of business. But for me, it was just another way of saying that they're putting me into their inactive VAs list. So yeah, I just don't have the guts anymore to send them an email and ask them for an update if I could still be up for another client match. So I just decided to, kind of let it go. It's just tragic that my journey with them ended that way, but I learned a lot. And it's just one of the things that I would really want to share you guys, that experience of mine with magic. Like being hasty, being impatient taught me a lot of lessons, and I learned a lot from that experience, which I am hoping to share to you in my future contents. Just to give you an idea, guys, I've started this work from home journey since 2021, and I've had a lot of roadblocks, failures along the way. So I'm hoping to create more contents that would probably help you, give you an idea of how this journey can be, how this journey can be sometimes tough and also rewarding. So yeah, that was everything for my Curious at Magic journey, and I hope you learned something. You get an idea of how the processes works. And by the way, if you would ask how much they can offer, they offer a starting salary. Oh, based before on my experience, they offered $5 per hour. But I also did receive a client match, a potential client match that's offering $8 per hour. So yeah, that's I think around 70 or 80K in a month for a full-time job. So yeah, they pay really good. And back then in my time, they still accepted VAs without experience. I'm not so sure if they still have the same policy now, but you can always check their Facebook page or their website to see the requirements before applying. So yeah, and by the way, I'm also planning to make other contents that will help you answer interview questions, hopefully better. So you might want to check out my channel from time to time. I'm gonna do my best to post more contents frequently, guys. So yeah, I guess that's it for today's video, and always like to remind you guys to always manifest and do your best. See you on the next video.